Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by Showtime, Shawn Porter. Shawn, I have annoyed you about this fight for so long. I've asked you so many questions on it. At the beginning, you know, the first thing you said to me was, I'm never giving you a prediction. I'm not going to answer it. Until that fight happens, I'm not going to speak. Now we're here. Now it's happening. Break down where this fight is won and lost for me.
Oh, man. I mean, the golly, where's this fight won and lost? This fight's going to be about moments. And I think everybody should accept that now. That this is not going to be a war every single round, the entire round. You saw me with Errol. It was the entire fight. This fight might be more at the pace of Errol and my fight with Terrence. A little slower pace than that. Both guys just trying to analyze, figure it out. Neither guy really likes to waste punches. So I think this fight's really just going to be about big moments, you know. I think both guys have the ability to either create those moments or see those mistakes and capitalize on those mistakes. So I don't know. I think I think it's going to go the distance. I think it's going to be a close fight.
A lot of people, when they're analysing this fight, use you as the example and kind of base their idea of how this fight's going to end upon the performances against you.
Yeah.
At a point of the fight against Terrence Crawford, when you were kind of, I wouldn't say breezing through the fight, but you were in control, and that switch turned. Could you feel that switch at the time?
No, not at the time. I actually watched the fight for the first time last week, and you could see that he started to assert himself maybe a round or two before that 10th round. Started to kind of try to step forward and stand right in front of me and say, hey, I'm not moving. You throw your punches, I'll throw mine. And I think that in that 11th round, in that 10th round is where everybody, you know, you assume that because of the sound bite you get in the corner, that's when he flipped the switch. But I think the switch was already flipped. I think that, you know, in the midst of me having a moment, he capitalized on it.
When you're analysing this fight as someone who has uniquely shared the ring with both, how do you think this fight ends? Do you believe that there is the chance of a stoppage?
Oh yeah, this is the weight class where anything can happen. You know, you could be getting blown out every single round and then one big punch. You know, I don't see either fighter getting blown out in this fight. I definitely could see this fight ending in stoppage. Either side, you know, I think that both guys collectively, man, they could do just about anything on fight night, which is why this fight is unpredictable.
You're not someone that normally gives a prediction, but I do need to ask you, if I was giving you an amount of money right now, who would you put that money on as we get closer to fight night?
Who do I make more money on?
No, who would you put your money on?
Well, who do I make more money on?
At the moment, Errol.
I put my money on Errol. It's smart money, you know. I want to make some. I don't want to lose it, you know.
In terms of Inoue and what he done the other day against Stephen Fulton, is it fair to say right now at this present moment he is the pound for pound king? Until Saturday night, do you believe that then changes?
Yeah, I still have both of these guys at number 1 and number 1A, 1B. You know, I think obviously we'll have to see who wins this fight. There's no secret. He's third in line right behind these two guys. I think that if this fight doesn't go the distance, if we see one of these fighters just not perform the way we've always seen them perform, which I don't expect to happen, I think then there's a classic case where who's number 1 and then who's number 3 or number 4 or they're in there anymore at all, you know.
Is this a trilogy fight waiting to happen right now? Do you believe that there is a winner Saturday night, we go straight into the rematch, and then we eventually see that trilogy and it goes down as one of the best of all time?
I think we can see exactly what happened with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, where, you know, close first fight, second fight somebody gets dusted, and you're like, you know what, we got to run this one back again. I do think that this is we have the immediate rematch in effect. I think that this one is worthy of a trilogy. Obviously, we have to see how Saturday night goes and go from there.
Pay-per-view buys. How many buys does this fight do?
I don't know, man. I hope this fight does crazy numbers. It deserves the crazy numbers. So I hope it gets what it deserves.
Shawn Porter, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure on IFL TV.
Man, thank you.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Coogan Cassius, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.